Let's go. Welcome, everybody. Tonight, we have some content that I have been chomping at the bit for, that I've been anxious to get to in the best ways of considering what anxiety is. But first, the shoe is a little bit on the other foot. Instead of the team of Fanboy G and Mr. C on the Fanboy Cantina channel, tonight we are here on the Mr. C, the Chris Connolly, the Diver Helmet channel. So instead of you asking me, Fanboy G, how am I doing? Let me ask you, good sir, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on. This is very cool.
Here we are in episode 2 of proper episodes. The previous episode featured the Migo 50th anniversary, and Jim Campbell was our man in the field, our Migo collector. So here we are back to a more familiar configuration. And as to continue on the theme there, I wanted to represent Fanboy Cantina with a Fanboy Cantina
Ah,
t-shirt.
very nice. And I am wearing the new official Connolly shirt. That this is really nice. And actually, this was my one of my presents for Christmas. So thank you so much, Mr. C.
What a beautiful logo that is, as brought to life by
That's
Junkyard
right.
via the Wistful t-shirts.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right, so as is often said on the Fanboy Cantina channel, let's go. Here comes the content that Jada brand, Universal Monsters, had Wave 1 previously released and has now just released the other 2 figures. So let's start, as I like to go, in chronological order of the Universal Monsters. Here we have Dracula. So these are smaller than Amigo, smaller than a NECA. I should say, as we're starting here, have a bit of a tribute to the MIB Master 1979 channel, and for the time being, feature these figures in the box only. Most likely, in a future episode, we'll have a different configuration, but as we're fans of MIB, I wanted to give some recognition towards MIB. So, geez, similar to your Marvel Legends and similar to your other, in their size, comparable to Marvel Legends, we can pop off the head for the alternate head, pop off the hands for the alternate hands, and as you can see, similar to what J-Spy has constructed at the Migo scale, we have a candle holder, and well, I don't think J-Spy has yet to put together a vampire bat, but those are some of the interchangeable pieces. G, your thoughts on Dracula?
Well, I've seen them at the store. I have not purchased any of them, but I really am impressed by the sculpt work of just all the way around. I think the detail in the head sculpts and the total package, the entire action figure is really awesome. And I like with the accessories, you've got that opportunity if you want, because the scale is close, right? To Migo, it's not quite the same, but it's close where you might be able to reuse some of those accessories, might be able to.
Good point. So stay tuned for future episodes where we'll hang over the cliff with that cliffhanger. Now, a few other things we should point out. Now, right here in the bottom corner, I've seen some of the earlier boxes are saying +4. So similar to Migo. Well, anyway, most of the rest of them are going to say +14. So that's a curiosity for me. Jada Corporation, what was their decision process, or was it just a typo? Did the number 1 just not hit the print release +14, age 14, or age 4? Let's take a look at the back of the box. Oh, before we get to the back of the box, I'm enjoying the side art right
That's
there. It's
nice.
a classic Bella image. That's even in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. That's even the replication. Oh, he did like this. He did like this. The back shows all the characters of Wave 1, Creature, Dracula, Bride, and Frankenstein Monster. And to come to the other side of the box art, we have Frankenstein, Bride, and Creature, all really good box art as I see it. When we get to the newer releases, the box art side image will be missing. The size of the packaging will be a little bit differing, but we'll speak on that a bit more. Again, I like to stick to chronological order as to the movie release dates. It's not directly a tribute to Scott Mantz, but it kind of makes sense for me in my, okay, so as Dracula came out first, then came out Frankenstein. So again, Frankenstein's going to be a bit taller than Dracula once they're out of the box. The same thing, we have an alternate set of hands, a different head, and two different chains. The chains are two different lengths. For those of us that watch other channels that do an out of the box inventory, the posability is really great. The sturdiness of the pieces, real good. Let me flip to the side again. Some I don't know who the artist is, but I'm really appreciating the side art. Also, back of the box is just the same, and the side is just the same as good old Count Dracula. G, thoughts on Frankenstein?
Yeah, it's just and I like how you commented on the scale or the height. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. If you're going to have a collection, you got to be able to accommodate the height requirements or the height differences. Yeah, it looks great. It looks really great. It looks heavy.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess Frankenstein would be the heaviest of the
yeah,
monsters.
makes sense.
Now you made me wish I brought a scale to set up. No scale at the present. So from Frankenstein, from the Frankenstein monster to the bride, again, just for coming off the lab table, she's quite radiant in her appearance. Same thing, the one face and the alternate face, more of a mouth closed, more of a in mid hiss. I had watched an interview, Elsa Lanchester with Dick Cavett, so a very vintage interview, and she was saying that the noise she made in the movie, she was replicating swans at the park to get her distinctive hiss. So there's a little bit of a backstory. She also has a chain and the electrical poles, and here she is.
I was trying to see who does the art because it is quite striking. Because it's two different artists that they've got on the package. You've got the more, I guess, traditional. I mean, with this one, you got the stylized art, and then on the other side, you've got some like rendition based on stills from the movie or from the movie posters. It's really interesting that they got that, and it works. The two different artists, but it works on the package.
Complementary of each other, definitely worth tracking down, chasing down. The final of the original four of wave one. Clearly a guy who gets a little wall space around here. Well, I won't dig out for the other. So creature, again, a more closed face, a more open face, alternate hands. In the very intro of the first of the Creature of the Black Lagoon pictures, there's that fossilized claw, so that's included here also. We have a harpoon off to this side and a net off to this side, so there's some good photo-worthy prop elements. There's some playability factor, storytelling factor as well. And again, wow. There's
It's really nice.
Go ahead.
What's the price point of these?
So it varies. So just slightly north of $20. So you can be at 22, 27, 29. Again, the NECA pieces, the NECA line runs larger and maybe maybe more intricate, slightly more intricate in the sculpting, but then the NECAs are also at the higher price point, maybe starting at mid 30s. So I guess on average, these are going to be about $10 less than what the NECA line runs. Now, Jada does have what they're calling next level, and as far as I know, there are but two entries for that right now. One of them is a Lugosi licensed Dracula, and the other, so of course this Dracula is pretty close to Lugosi as is. The Lugosi licensed one, of course, has a different face that looks a touch more like Bela Lugosi himself. The other Jada next level piece comes with similar to how J-Spy 25 is constructed, as we've had many interactions with J-Spy. So it's a different paint on the Frankenstein character, on the Frankenstein monster character, and a lab table. So it's a totally different construct design on the lab table, but so of the higher end pieces within Jada, those two are in the next level. Speaking of next,
Nice.
just recently arrived. You know, again, the creature definitely rates high with me currently, but as a young guy, Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen. I'm trying to dance around the glare here. Again, same alternate head, alternate hands, a little bit of a bear trap or a wolf trap, if you will. And you know, be interesting if they had put a humanized face, a Lon Chaney Jr. looking face in here. But again, the color, the green and the blue together. And so now, this guy being the one of the two new ones, the side art is gone. Let me just do a box size so you can see the box is a touch thinner, not as much room for the side art. I do kind of miss it, but at the same time, the the figure inside is a little bit more significant than the art on the outside.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a little bit conflicted on stuff like that. Like not a little bit of a tangent, but like with McFarlane, they've got the Avatar toys. They look really great in the package, but in some cases, you just got like all this bubble, right? All of this space, and then you know if you're a minted box collector, then all of that space means it takes more space in your house. So yeah, it's unfortunate with the sacrifice of that side art because it was so nice, but it is more efficient.
Agree. And now the guy who just arrived hours ago today
Mm.
to complete my and that was a very young Frankenstein, like Frankenstein snarl just there. Well played. Invisible Man. So arguably, technically the most advanced of all of these Jada figures. Most significant to note for him, the robe is pretty comparable to what you'll see from other products lines, other renditions of the Invisible Man. But what's really noteworthy about this, and maybe in a future episode we'll get some unboxing or maybe some Mego size comparison. If we'll look at the alternate head, you can see it's a hand is attached.
Mm.
So our total hand count, two on, two spare hands, a total of 6 hands instead of 4. And so as you can see, it's replicating the unwrapping or rewrapping of the head wrap around the Invisible Man. So that's really cool. And now, arguably even better than that, but a really good 1-2 punch together with that. If we'll note, these two gloved hands here are actually just one piece. So if I'm not losing track of left and right, and I might be, but so the left hand is then holding the gloved finger of the right hand, thereby the positioning of the right hand, you just line it up so it's in line with the right arm. But in other words, they're creating the optical illusion of the invisibility, the gap between the glove and the gap between the cuff on the robe. So this guy has been noted again as the most technically advanced. Again, the standard side art on this side. Now you see him, now you don't. Similar to Wolfman, there is no side art here. But G, again, this line is new to us. We've seen it in the stores. What do you think about Invisible Man as we're looking at him here and now?
No, as you pointed out, I think from technical merit alone, this is probably the best of the series. That's the creativity or the thinking to create that head in the room because it's such a memorable moment of the original film. So to have that realized, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
He was already scary. He had locked himself up
Right.
in the room for rent, and there was the tavern downstairs. They were coming to confront him for not paying the bill. So he was already, you think you're all, I'm going to scare you even worse. Wait till you get a load of me, right? So and now the
Very
hat,
nice.
I'm also curious, will the hat in the upper corner here be compatible? Maybe not Frankenstein's head, you know, a little bit, definitely not Bride of Frankenstein's head, but will that hat fit on Dracula or Wolfman? Time will tell. I look forward to finding that out. So
That's
again,
really nice.
go ahead.
No, that's really nice. That's really nice. And I was just looking at prices on Amazon. It's like $25, and that seems well within reason for what you get here.
And as we just spoke of recently, you know, face to face and off camera, it's not that I don't like the NECA products, but I think when I considered the full run of the NECA, and sure, Jada's continuing to advance in their line, but the full run of the NECA in the regular color, and then the full run whether they call it silver screen or cinema or just the black and white versions, then if you're a completist, you're going to have a magnificently complete NECA collection, but you're also going to be digging in your wallet quite a bit more. And I will say that within Jada, the not in the current collection, and I don't have the intention to pull him into the collection, was the Jada Creature of the Black Lagoon. I did just also recently acquire a different variety of a glow-in-the-dark Creature of the Black Lagoon, and I thank you for that. So yeah, right now he's not in the collection, but as far as the number of variants that go within the series, so far just the other Dracula, the other Frankenstein, and the glow-in-the-dark creature.
Very nice. Those are really cool. So are there more coming to the series?
Nothing that's been announced that I know of, unless it was at, it's possible some YouTube video exists from a Comic-Con or a Toy Con. It's speculated that the Mummy will be, and possibly Phantom of the Opera will be of the next releases, but I have no hard data or no confirmation on that. Obviously, they can be ordered through Amazon or your movie posters, etc., or your ZLCs or your Big Bad Toy Stores or your Entertainment Earths. I know locally by you, have you seen them in any comic shops or in any independent spots?
The only time I've seen them, I think, is actually at Target.
Really?
Like I'm pretty sure that's the only. Isn't it? Actually, I'm not even sure if that's right. I know I've seen them in the wild. I think it's at Target, but I'm not
Where
sure.
was I? It's all a blur.
Where was I?
So I've definitely seen them at Smash Toys, and I picked up some of these from locally around here from Smash Toys, and again another independent local toy shop that we have been to and appreciated, and also our good old
nice.
pals. I'm trying to get the shadow. Our good old pals at the Horror House definitely carry Jada product as well as many other products. So we just wanted to give a quick through here. Again, also our Fanboy
Oh my
Cantina
goodness.
gear is off the production line and in the physical world. So for those of us that are Fanboy Cantina fans, there's some swag or some items out there that could be acquired. Any comments on future episodes coming up on the FBC channel?
Well, I think it would be great to do a year-end wrap-up or something, a best of type of thing. So would like to do that. It's been a while since I kind of dialed back on new content in the past month just to deal with some other stuff. So there's kind of a backlog of content opportunities, just need time to get to it.
We'll have to continue to figure it out. And so definitely I wanted to just jump off for a second because also on some future episodery here, a certain fanboy had sent over a certain new line to me of Monster Tiki mugs. So these guys will get their, it's got an echo going in the Mummy's head. Hello. These guys will get their own episode one day soon. And then other upcoming business over here, we'll be checking out some of these Funko vinyls of the cereal mascots, which include Yummy Mummy, Fruit Brute, Count Chocula, and Frankenberry. And then on the other channels, I'm just knocking stuff around over here. I guess I'll rein it in. But on my family history channel, we definitely have some other episodes coming up soon on the Connolly Station Chicago channel. So for whoever watched, thanks for tuning in. Please do comment and like and subscribe. Fanboy G, any closing thoughts for us?
No, thanks for having me on. This was cool. And if you can, hit that subscribe button down below on this channel, and also check out the Fanboy Cantina. You can find us on YouTube, on Twitter, and some other outlets too. So thanks for having me here. See.
Thanks for being, and then for you to be over here versus me to be over there, it kind of reminds me of, is it Clerks 2? When Jay and Bob are outside the other convenience store and they're trying to switch spots on the wall. It was a little bit of that kind of an element to it. Thanks for coming on as a guest for my second full episode. Thanks again for everybody who watched, and please do leave in the comments any questions, observations, or ideas on the Jada Monster characters. Thanks so much. This has been episode 2 of the channel, and thanks so much.